A monster producer is a legendary creature who combines multiple skill sets to dominate their market. Are you ready to dominate?
All right, how we doing, folks? Coach Michael Burt. Hope you're doing great. I know Jay Cash. There's Jay Cash. I'm going to make you the co-host, and then Jay Cash is going to be on here, and then we've got attendees. 14 people already showed up today, folks. Good to see everybody. Jay, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great, Super Coach.
All right, down here at the Greatness Factory. And had a good day today. Out there trying to get customers and trying to hit our numbers.
Well, I hope you're ready. You don't know what I'm going to ask, so.
No, I don't. And I'm so glad that people are joining us today. You know, I'm Coach Michael Burt. We got Jay Cash here. He's going to be asking me a number of questions, and it's called Monster Producer Auction Style, right?
That's right.
You got some auctioneer friends that we're going to be joining us today?
We might have a few, but it's really for anybody. You can be in the concrete business. You can own a daycare. You can be a realtor. You can be an investment broker, sell insurance. This program works for you. I particularly am an auctioneer, so I decided to call this my interview with you auction style.
Yeah. And you know, at the end of the day, what I believe a good coach should do is actually help you find and fill missing structures, activate and reactivate your prey drive, help you bust through a current ceiling of complexity, find an area where you're losing money. Like there's a lot of things a good coach should do, but that coach should be able to practice what they preach. They should be able to, do what you're capable of doing.
All right, let's kick this thing. Let's kick it off, Coach. You ready to go? 4 o'clock. We got 45 minutes. Maybe if we can fill that much time, I think we could go 2 hours or 2 full days with some of your concepts. So I'm Jay Cash, auctioneer and real estate broker. I live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and where we have an auction business and we have a footprint in 14 different states. I got introduced to Monster Producer and Coach Burt about 4 years ago by one of the top realtors in Nashville who was on me for months saying, you need to give this guy a shot. You need to try him out. And I never dreamed I needed a business coach. What a joke. Who needs one of those guys? I mean, I don't need motivation. I'm pretty good. I know what I need to do every morning. And boy, was I wrong. So I signed up, I think September of 2017. In our first year, I think we doubled that income by like 67%. The following year, we did another 50+% increase. And I mean, since we started, I mean, we're like 400% from where we started. Now, that's not all because of Monster Producer, because you got to be good at what you do, and you got to be able to get yourself in the room. But here's what I'll tell you. When you have a good coach, they'll make sure you are ready for anything. You can handle any kind of objection, and you've got all kinds of arsenals to come at your naysayers when you're trying to go out and book business. And I truly mean that. If you're in anything from real estate, concrete management to insurance salesman, if you own a daycare, having a good coach can help your business. Wouldn't you agree, Coach?
Yeah, I think a good coach, a well-trained coach, and who's coaching is no different than who's coaching your kids. You want to have the best coach available. You want to have someone who's shown a demonstrated capacity to do what they're telling you to do. You want a person that's built a multi-million-dollar business. You want a person that prospects every day. You want a person that knows how to follow up. You want a person that knows how to explain their value, right? You know, people are confused about what coaching is, Jay. You know, in a lot of cases, like, what is that dude going to do? I'm already excited. I already got prey drive. I'm already motivated. Well, there's a lot more to it. There's structure. There's mind expansion. There's selling systems. There's follow-up patterns. There's extraction of referral. You know, one of the things you said that we've done for you is helped you expand your business to where you're making more per deal. You know, so now Jay is getting more money out of each deal than he was before he got into the coaching program. He's come up with other ways to make money.
Yeah, one of the best things you said years ago, early on, you said, you cannot drive to Hawaii. I don't care what your business is. There's some avenues that you're doing where you are limited with what you can make. And in particular, I don't know how many auctioneers and who everyone is exactly, but one of mine was just in the fundraising benefit auction world where we were making a set amount of money each night. There was no way to make any more money. And you have absolutely busted the sky open with different strategies on how you can make more money, just small little tweaks in your business. Another thing you've always told me is look at some of the top people in your field and they may be killing it, doing a little bit better than you. There's no need to get resentful and hate on them. They just figured out one or two things that you don't know how to do. And I love one of your best stories about the country artist you were coaching, and they said Luke Bryan sucks. Tell them what you said, Coach.
I said, well, you may think he sucks, but he's making 40 million a year, and you're not making 40,000 a year. So either he knows how to shake his booty better than you, but he knows something you don't know. Okay, and that's a critical thing, is that we live in a world of false positive. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to get Jay to where he's measuring himself versus the #1 auctioneer on planet Earth. It's not enough to be #1 in your market. It's not enough to be #1 in Tennessee. It's not enough to be #1 in the Southeast. A good coach is going to push you and say, no, man, let's try to get you to the #1 dude in the world. And during the process, let's find other ways, other strategies, revenue, because everybody wants to make more money, right? At the end of the day, monetization of a talent is one of the biggest things that people struggle with. I help people find, package, and sell what makes them unique. I help them create multiple revenue sources. I help them squeeze more out of their current operating systems. I help them figure out where they're losing money. Like a big part of our coaching program is tools, tactics, strategies. I'm a tool maker. And then the way I deliver that content is to help you generate more business. And there's 6 areas we typically find that you can make more money in your business.
Yeah, Coach, there's so much I want to talk about, being all over the place. From people this week alone, I've had 4 folks ask me about that bald guy that's my business coach, and I can't endorse you enough. But really, I don't know of anybody better. But one of the things you talk about in the program is planning your day and mapping your day. So I've got my monster planner here,
Yep.
and I treat it like almost as good as the Bible is sometimes, because it keeps you focused on what you need to do. So how important is it just planning your day, and how do you see that's just one simple structure that so many professionals don't do? They wake up in the morning and they react. I can go back I got about 8 of these I've gone through now, and I can go back from day one where I made a large check or a large commission and see when it was born, when I set the meeting up, when I did the follow-up. And if it wasn't for being able to just have a system, you let so many things fall through the cracks.
Well, an object at rest stays at rest unless acted on by an outside force. The monster producer system is a customer acquisition strategy on how you come into the day. It teaches you how to map out your days, how to focus on high value activity, which is money generating activity, forces you to get clear on your best money generating tactic, forces you to schedule your days. I sit down at night, map out my days, map out what I call my red zones, which are those people closest to making a decision. I map out my level 10 opportunities, which are my biggest opportunities. And I map out my blue marlins, which are my biggest plays, versus blue gills. So the monster planner says, hey, instead of coming to the day with randomness, with confusion, with randomness in motion, why not map out around a system of probability, of high value activity, of how we can help you generate business? And that's really part of what the coaching program does, is it forces you to get clarity. It forces you to have a plan. It forces a level of accountability. It forces you to play at a higher frequency. It forces you at the end of the day to have the discipline and structure you're looking for to really to generate more revenue for you.
The purpose of every business is to create new money, to create new business every day. And you are big on prospecting every morning, 9 to 11. You set that out to create new money. If you're not doing that, you're not going to have business in 30 days or 10 days or the next day. Is that safe to assume?
Yeah, the purpose of the business is to generate new money, and the business needs money to expand. The business needs money to grow. So I do not like mixing activities. The illustration I use is Neapolitan ice cream. It's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. It's not mixed together. It's clearly delineated. Well, I like dedicated periods of the day where you're focused on one thing. So for a period of time, whenever you choose to do it, nothing but new money. And I show where there's 4 areas you can get new money: current clients that you're selling something else to, past clients, strategic partners, and direct leads, right? That we call that our hit list. Then we move to what we call our farm club. And our farm club represents people who have indicated interest, but you've not brought that lead to maturation. You've not closed the loop on that deal. You've not brought it to an end. And the word close means to bring 2 things together, to bring something to an end. You're trying to close that loop. We teach $1 million follow-up system in our plan to help you make money. We also teach red zones, which are people closest to making a decision, and how to get those people off the finish line, across the finish line, to close them, to bring it to an end. We then move to the top 25, which are 25 biggest relationships. So there's a methodology. It's not a randomness. There's a methodology to how we attack a day, how we prospect, how we follow up, how we get referrals. There's a methodology to the entire equation.
What's the biggest objection to folks when it comes time to them thinking about hiring a business coach? The ones that don't pull the trigger, or how many people do you talk to that just think they don't need a good coach?
Well, I think it's a false positive. We all need a good coach. I have coaches in my life. The kind of people that coach me are 40,000 a day, because they're at a high level but why would I pay 40,000? I'm not paying 40,000. I'm investing 40,000 in myself. So it's foolish to think you couldn't play at a higher level. Why did Michael Jordan have Phil Jackson? I was watching Phil Jackson last night, an interview with Oprah Winfrey he did a couple of years ago. He won 11 rings. Why did Michael Jordan have Tim Grover? Tim Grover's got 13 championship rings. Why did Steve Jobs go to George Campbell? Bill Campbell? Bill Campbell was called the $1 trillion coach. He was coaching every major player in Silicon Valley there was, so much so that they called him the $1 trillion coach. Now, why did the guys at Amazon and Google and all of these Silicon Valley companies go to Bill Campbell to be their coach? Because he helped them play at a higher frequency. You don't need a coach because something's wrong with you. You need a coach because you want to go to a higher level. You want to earn more income. You want to produce at a higher frequency. That's why you want to hire a coach. It's not because something's wrong with you. It's because you have a desire to play another level. When I was a women's basketball coach, they brought me in for one reason, to win a championship. The school had never won a championship before. And so it took me 10 years, but we brought a championship to that school. I want to help you make $1 million a year. That would be my goal. That's my goal for you, Jay. It's my goal for every monster producer I coach. I have crossed over earning $1 million a year myself personally. And I was a high school women's basketball coach. And man, I'm telling you, when you start earning $1 million a year, you can do a lot of big things in the world, right? You can grow, you can expand, you got some leftover money, you can invest in real estate, you can make big plays, you can partner with people, you can travel around the world. I mean, there's only so much you can do when your income is under $250,000 a year.
Ain't that the truth, Coach? What you've said before, it's usually not a talent problem. It's a marketing problem. Is that it, or I get it mixed up? Is that the right saying?
I don't think most people have a talent problem. I think most people have a marketing and distribution problem. They have something very special. They have something very unique. They have unique background, unique experiences, unique mentors, unique breakdowns, unique breakthroughs. What they don't know is how to package and monetize that talent at a very high level. Okay. And, through our coaching, you've really figured out how to build a stronger business. You've really figured out how to generate more money. And that is the purpose of the coaching. It's not to rah-rah and motivate you every day. And although I think a portion of our coaching activates and reactivates your prey drive, it's really about expansion of thought. It's about expansion of strategy. And if you're telling people, man, I've tripled my business since being in the coaching program, well, that's a significant amount of money. That's not saying, hey, I've 1 times it, I've 2 times it, I've 3 times it, and that's money right back to you and your family.
Oh, it's definitely, Grant Cardone said it the other day on Undercover Billionaire, which I was watching. Going through life without with that, what does it say? Going through life without with money is hard. Going through life without it is even harder. And I'm like, that's the truth. And once you build your business up, things don't get easier. You then have to press harder, and that's really where you are good at not letting people get complacent. You feel good. We had the largest auction of our history last week, and you got to be there and happened to see some of that. But the next morning, you got to get up and go back to work. You can't rely on what you did yesterday. You got to keep at it. And that's something that I think you're really, really good at it. You're the #1 activator in the world. You know how to activate a person's prey drive. You claim that, and I've seen you do it within me. You've helped me understand what my prey drive is and how to activate that. I'm not the coach here. Tell everybody watching what the heck that means.
Prey drive is prevalent in animals, specifically dogs. A dog has a prey drive. And if you have dogs, the dog has an innate ability to stalk, capture, and kill prey. And when I'm studying that concept, it occurred to me that that's what I've been doing in people my whole life, is I have been activating the prey drive in a human. And in a human, it's the ability to see something with the eyes, like I see something I want, or in the mind, imagination, and have the persistence and intensity to pursue it. So I have codified this concept, deconstructed it. I'm writing my 17th book on this concept, and I think it's maybe the most important work I'll ever do in my life. Because when I activate that drive in you, you're going to do more. You're going to pursue your potential. You're going to play at a higher frequency. You're going to earn more income. And just by the way, it's not all about income to me. To me, if you study in the animal, the capturing the prey is not the motivation for the animal. The ability to pursue the prey is the greatest motivator for the animal. And in the human, you had the biggest auction of your life last week. You know, X number of millions of dollars, what, $20 million, right? Something like that.
Yep.
But here's the deal. It all goes to zero at midnight.
It sure does. Yep.
Today don't care what you did yesterday. Tomorrow don't care what you did yesterday. So to me, it all goes to zero at midnight. There comes a time when winter asks what I did all spring and summer, right? There comes a time, right, when winter asks what I did all spring and summer. That's one of my main ones. It's going to be a fight, but dadgummit, we're going to find a way to win. Like at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, we got to get up and go get it every day, which goes back to the point about prey drive. The greatest reward is the pursuit. You are pursuing your potential. You're pursuing your God-given talents. You're pursuing something. It's not catching it. Once you did the 20 million, Jay, you're going to be bored with it. It's like, oh, I did 20 million. Now how do I get a $40 million deal? See, now that you know how to do it, now you know how to go do it again. Then you'll be bored with it because it ain't capturing the prey. It ain't capturing the reward. It ain't making $1 million. It's once you get there, it's like, all right, what's the next big thing we can do?
Absolutely.
What's the next big thing I can get involved
in? So there's different factors in activating your prey drive. If I recall correctly, you were able to identify with me. A lot of mine is fear of loss. I don't want to lose what I got. That gets me up and gets me going because I remember what it was like when we didn't have any auctions booked or any business. And now I know what it takes to get there and I want to keep it going. The other one is competition. You've helped me understand that a lot of things. There's 7 billion people. I'm only looking for those that are looking for me. And I may not be a fit for everybody. And but the competition and fear of loss are probably the two biggest activators for me. Are there any other activators without you having to preach the whole next 20 minutes about it?
Yeah. So think of prey drive is in you, right? It's in you, but it typically is activated by something external. Mm-hmm. Something happens to you. So competition is an activator. Like you're in a competition, you need a fight. There's a game to win. There's something to pursue. Fear of losing everything is an activator. If you've ever lost anything, it'll motivate you to want to not ever go through that again. Exposure is an activator, meaning you see something, you're exposed to something. I remember the first time I read a self-help book at 18, first book I read like that, I was turned on to it, man. That's exposure. If you come to the Greatness Factor of Nashville, the panoramic views of Nashville exposes you to bigger thinking, right? I had somebody here today who's like, man, my team needs to see this because it's amazing. It's exposure. Environment is an activator of prey drive. Go back and watch some of my videos. Like I really was hard on my team yesterday about pushing them to play at a different frequency, man, about quit messing around with their potential, right? That's environment. I'm trying to create a high prey drive environment where we pursue our potential every day. And then fifth, embarrassment. Yeah. It's not like I'm personally embarrassed. It's like, man, I could be playing so much bigger than what I'm playing. I'm embarrassed, right? I mean, I should be playing at a much higher level. I'm 44 years old. Like I'm playing small ball. Like today I was telling the person, man, quit playing small ball. Quit majoring in the minors. Quit focusing on those little bitty bluegill problems. Like let's play at a higher frequency. And that's what a coach will do for you. They will help you play at a higher level.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to hire you as a business coach. What does it look like? Because I'm telling people, if you're going to hire Coach Burt, he's not going to call you in the morning and wake you up. He's not going to call and check on you, see how you're feeling. But you're going to get more out of this program than you ever dreamed if you just get into it and utilize some of the things that you put out there. So what does the program look like? How often, if somebody were to hire you, how often do they get to talk to you and ask you questions? What does it look like?
Here's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think that hiring a coach is very expensive, so they don't do it. Our basic coaching program, Monster Producer, right now is at $1,497 for the year, not for the month, for the year. And it includes a 2-day boot camp because it's on promotion right now. So Eric White can post a link in here and you guys can see what that includes, but you could I could be your coach for an entire year. It's 365 days for under $1,500. And if you don't make that $1,500 back, then there's something bad wrong. Number one. Okay. Number two, but if you come in and do what I show you to do. So what does it look like? Number one, every Monday I do a coaching call with everybody in the Monster Nation. Okay. All the people that are in my coaching program, I do a 30 to 45-minute coaching session every Monday. It's always me. It's never somebody else, no matter where I am in the world. Every Tuesday, Thursday in the private Facebook group, I do a short rhythm called a Tuesday rhythm, because I believe life happens in a rhythm. The second Wednesday of every month, I do a long form version of the subject. Each month, I tackle one subject that will grow your business. I do webinars throughout the month. I do podcasts throughout the month. So for under $1,500, you get to come spend 2 days with me at my 8,000 square foot lodge. Okay. And that's one thing you get to do. You get a year's worth of coaching with me. Okay. And I'm going to get you in a rhythm, man. And I'm going to get you in a flow. And if you're like Jay, you're going to come into the program. You're going to come into the program and you're going to see, man, I got a big opportunity here to play at a very, very high frequency. And I can do it at a relatively low price. Now, why do I do this? You say, why would I make my coaching, I'm going to post a link in here. Why would I make it this inexpensive, this cost effective? Well, to me, it's simple. I want to eliminate any hesitancy in a person. I know that people are scared to hire a coach for whatever reason, that they don't want to take action. Okay. And I want to overcome that. I want to overcome that fear in a person. So what I want to do is get you in there. I want to get you going. I want to get you up and rolling. And I want to say, man, just get in there with me. Get in there with me and let's get rolling, man. And if I can get you in there and get you rolling every Monday, you can go back and watch the replays. You get access to 2 years of my replays, right? And I can't help you till you commit, man. But once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail.
I agree. It is worth every penny. And I've definitely invested a whole lot more than that over the last 4 years. And if you told me you could probably hold me hostage. If you told me it cost $10,000 a year, I'd be afraid not to pay that. I don't want to take up a whole lot more time, but we got just a few more minutes here. Some more things that make me just get me excited here. One of the best things you've been able to do for me, and we work on all the time in the program, is raising your POI score, your person of interest score. And that is a way to attract business where you don't have to go out and cold call. You don't have to solicit and beg people. But if you can get your POI score up high enough, you will have as many leads as you want to take on. To the point where you get more than you even want to fool with. You get so many leads. What do you tell somebody trying to increase their POI? What does that even mean?
Well, person of interest. Okay. Person of interest is a book I wrote that's been incredibly popular. And it's about how you become a known quantity in the world, right? How you become known, how you attract business to you, how you become an expert, so think of it this way. You have a skill set. Okay. Jake Cash has a skill set. It's auctioneer. You've learned it over a period of time. It's an organic skill set you've been working on and working on and working on. And now the key is, how do you go market that to the marketplace? Okay. And how do you let people know that you are the expert? You are playing at a high frequency. You are the number one authority in the world. And that's really what the concept of person of interest is. Person of interest is how do you tell the marketplace? So when I wrote this book, how do I take Jay Cash, that's an auctioneer, and make him known, make him famous, make him a brand, make him a known quantity? And I've done that with all of my top real estate agents. I've done it with all my top mortgage originators, all my top insurance people, as I take you from a baby brand to a big brand, right? And the next thing you know, people are calling you, Jay. People are emailing you. People are texting you. People are following up with you. People are saying, hey, Jay, I hear you got stuff going on. I want to do something with you. And now you are the buyer versus the seller. Instead of chasing people, people are chasing you.
Love it, Coach. Then we got another thing that I like. We'll wrap it up here in about 5-10 more minutes here. But the next thing I love is the explanation of services, your EOS. Now, there's so many factors in Monster Producer. Like I'm hitting on about, I bet I've up to 7 months worth of concepts that you will go over in a year, and you will constantly hit, jab, come back, cover it again, because at no point are we ever a master of any of these things, but they are all concepts that are going to increase your business. But one of the best ones that took me forever to get close to figuring out was my explanation of services. And that is simply explaining what you do. And I love that I've come up with mine, but how do you lead with what you believe to be able to verify if someone's going to be a good client for you or not? How does that work?
Yeah, this is a great question. I'm getting that 1497 link for you, by the way. I want to email it to you. I want to put it in here so everybody in the group has it, which is going to give you kind of a special. We're not promoting this right now, and I'm going to put it in the group so you can look it up to see everything that we cover, okay, in our coaching cycle. All right, so here's the deal. I have a theory based on a model that we worked on. People do business with other people that believe the same things they do. So when you're articulating your value, instead of trying to tell people what you do, I'm an auctioneer. Well, there's a lot of auctioneers. There's a lot of realtors in the world. There's a lot of mortgage people in the world. So what we've done is we've taught Jay how to articulate his value in a different way based on his beliefs. And he can lead with what he believes versus what he does. So here's an example. Jay, just give us an example of what you believe.
You know, Coach, I believe that people deserve to have absolute certainty when it comes time to selling their most valuable assets. Owning real estate's the American dream, and selling it shouldn't be a nightmare. With James R. Cash Auctions, we make the selling process simple, guaranteeing you without question that you're going to get the most money for your property each and every time.
Wow. See how strong that is? That is so much more powerful than him saying he's an auctioneer. He's got a core set of beliefs. Because of those beliefs, he's got a set of actions that he takes. This one thing, guys, can pick you up. Jay, you can speak to it exactly how much more money a person can make because of having this. When you're in the big money deals, folks, and you're looking for the big money, know this: people do business with other people that believe the same things they do. So what you have to do is learn to share your beliefs. For example, I believe everybody needs a coach in life. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe every major performer in the world has somebody coaching them. I believe those that have a coach earn 3 and 4 times the amount of money than those that don't. Now, if I could help you get a 43% increase in a 1-year cycle in your business, expand, help you build multiple divisions, multiple flows of income, like I've done for over 500 people over the last X number of years, what would stop you from investing less than $1,500 in yourself? Because you ain't investing in me, you're investing in you. Okay. And here's the deal. Once I show you the explanation of service, then boom, you're playing at a higher frequency. You have decommoditized yourself. You're not one auctioneer amongst thousands of auctioneers. You got a set of core beliefs. You got a set of core actions. You are a differential advantage in the marketplace. So that's just one piece of what we teach in a 1-year cycle. So when I'm coaching you, you're going to build a world-class explanation of service. You're going to build a prospecting system. You're going to build a 7-touch follow-up. You're going to learn how to mine your acres of diamonds and get referrals out of your current book of business. You're going to learn how to become a person of interest. And what that's going to do is drive up the number of leads that you get. Folks, I'm generating 3,000 leads every 90 days. I've got call center people in here. We're trying to train as fast as we can to get to all the leads that I'm generating. So guess what I'm doing? I'm making phone calls. I'm working the sales system. I'm doing webinars. I'm on Facebook. I'm hitting my database. I'm doing events like Jay. I'm just moving, right? And what that's doing is producing all of these leads. Now from that, we're building out a multi-million-dollar coaching business because of the leads that we're generating. If I was an auctioneer, I'd be doing the same thing. Every strategy I'm using, I'm teaching Jay. Jay is then using it to get that triple increase in his business. Notice he didn't say 1 time, folks. He didn't say 2 times. He said he's tripled his business. And I could give you hundreds of other people we're coaching that have tripled their business from being in our coaching program. So you got to ask yourself, the extra hundreds of thousands of dollars that you made, let's say Jay invested $1,500 in his coaching, let's just say, but he made $300,000 more dollars. Is that a good investment? That's what you got to ask yourself, folks. Is it a good investment? And those people that are asking you, hey, what are you doing? We're telling them, man, you're showing up, you're getting coached, you're watching the replays, you're plugged in, you're playing at a higher frequency, therefore you're making more money. And that is what a good coach should be doing for you.
And I'll preface all this. There's no, I'd almost guarantee it. Now you've got to be somewhat competent at what you do before you get started. You've got to understand your business and be good, because you can fake your way getting into the room sometime with some of the people, some of the players, some of the sellers, some of the people that you want to hire you. But if you're not good, once you get in front of them, you're never going to be able to be successful. So you've got to make sure you're good. And that's where you really do help us understand every objection, how to handle every critique there is. You've covered topics. We're going to try to wrap this up over conflict, how to handle conflict, that conflict is necessary for growth. And it sucks. You don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it, but man, go back to different times where conflict has happened and what did you learn from it and what did you gain from it? Another great one for anybody that's in sales or real estate, an auctioneer, is the criticism. We all get criticized and it sucks. Nothing good about it. However, there's always a little bit of truth when you get criticized. That's what you've been able to teach me. And just to know that you've got to extract that little bit of truth and then process it, overcome and move on and don't dwell on it. You got to go on and do better. So conflict, criticism, both great topics that you cover. One last thing. So here's an objection I've gotten is, well, Coach Burch has already got an auctioneer in the program. He ain't going to do anything for me. And I go, it doesn't work like that. It isn't like coaches sending me 15 auction referrals. It's not that at all. And you've got hundreds probably of realtors. You've got hundreds of insurance salesmen. You've got doctors. You've got attorneys. You got roofers. I mean, literally all walks of life I've seen come through there. And it's not, and don't let that be an excuse because you've already got Jay as your auctioneer. Explain just the membership and how many people are in it and whatever you like to do to take us home here, Coach.
When I started Monster Producer, probably 7, 8, 9 years ago, I had 6 people in there. Today, there's over 600 people that are in the coaching program and active. A lot of it has to do with I've brought the pricing down for anybody in America to get in. And I've done that for a very specific reason. I think a lot of people, if you got a price tag of 5,000 or 10,000, then some people are hesitant. And so what happens with me is you get in at a cost-effective, less than $1,500. I include 2 days with me at my lodge, 8,000 square foot lodge. You come to Nashville and spend 2 days with me over the course of a year. You get weekly coaching via Zoom, no matter where you are in the world. We have people in London, Singapore, Mexico, California, Florida, Texas, New York City. Today I was coaching people in Pennsylvania. And you get coaching on a regular basis. If you miss it, you go back and watch the replay because right, you're only looking for just 3 or 4 ideas in a year, man. You make a couple $100,000 more dollars. I mean, that's all you need. Jay's taken several of these concepts and he's literally tripled his business. I could give you example after example, and it's not anything other than I bring a structure. I bring 28 years of coaching experience. I bring a methodology. I bring a plan. I bring an organization. I bring a strategy. And we have people paying $25,000 a year. We have people paying $100,000. I've had people pay as much as $500,000 for me to be their coach. So what we're saying today is, man, get in. This is a special we're running for you to get 2 days with me. We're doing it for all the people that are out there. I promise you, if you plug in with me, when you do the math, what's $1,500 divided by 12, man? I mean, it's nothing, right? For you to come in and get the coaching, you need to really play at a high level. So I hope that there's people. I know there's 27 people on here. And this is not a sales pitch. This is just me explaining how it works. Jay asked me to do this and he thought it would be valuable because he gets a lot of questions on how he's grown his business. And we're thankful that he's one of our best clients and we've helped him get to a higher frequency for his family and make more money and become more known. And, that's the way it should work. A good coach can really help you, man. And it's not a sign of weakness. I don't hire a coach because I'm weak. I hire a coach because I'm strong and want to get stronger. Mm-hmm. And I want to play at a higher frequency. And I have a desire to be one of the best in the world at what I do. So the person in me says, who can help me do what I want to do? Big question I asked all of my clients in January. What are you trying to do in 2021? That's question one. What are you trying to do? If I was on the phone with you today, doing a strategy session with you, I'd ask you one simple question. What are you trying to do in 2021? Well, I'm trying to double my business. I'm trying to pick up X number more auctions. I'm trying to become known. And then I'd say, who can help you do that? And what's the value of reaching out to that person saying, man, help me. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get started. So Jay, here's what I'll do. First 5 people that take action today out of the 28, I'll do a personal strategy session with them. But you got to take action today. And I'm not trying to pressure you, but if you're interested in doing it today, then I'd be happy to help you.
Hey, Coach, there's a question that's popped up from Jim. The $500 Monster Growth System Bootcamp add-on. I'm not clear what the difference is between that and what you're explaining. So I think I can do this. So let me just see if I get close to do it. So what we got here, the whole program is called Monster Producer. You become a monster producer, and that covers everything that we've talked about. You get Monday phone calls, you get weekly recordings that are live on Facebook. You get all sorts of touches throughout the week from Coach himself. Once a month, he deep dives into a topic, and that month, the entire month is around that topic, which may be Prey Drive, person of interest, creating an EOS. Every month is a specialty topic, and you may cover different aspects throughout the month, but it helps you try to master these concepts. At different times throughout the year, it seems like almost every other weekend, you offer a 2-day session strategy in person. It can be in Nashville. It can be at the beach house in Florida. It could be in Las Vegas. You may go wherever, but it's a 2-day in person. So the Monster Growth Boot Camp, I guess that would be, I don't know what the $500 add-on is there, but here's what we got throughout the year, throughout every month. You can come get in the room in person and be one-on-one with about 30 other folks trying to master a certain topic. And I have gone to probably 4 different of those. Some I love more than the others, but every one I left with ideas and little nuggets that I've gone out and have turned into more money. And that's why I'm wanting to share this with so many people, because it's been absolutely monumental in my business. So $1,400, whatever a month, that gets you in there. You can then add on specialty 2-day breakout sessions. Am I missing anything, Coach?
Yeah, basically what we're offering today though is the $1,497 includes the 2-day boot camp. So it's not an upcharge.
Okay.
If you see it on, if you had our website pulled up before where it says $997 and we add the boot camp for $500, that's where you're at $1,497. So what we're saying today is we're including at $1,497, we're including the 2-day boot camp with me at my lodge in Tennessee. Typically take about 30 to 40 people at a time. And that's where I spend 2 days breaking down the whole system for you. I just did one of these last week. We had people come in. You can watch it virtually if you can't come in person or you're averse to traveling right now, or you can get in the room. I strongly suggest you get in the room with me. And what I've committed to today is the first 5 people that take action on the $1,497, I'll do a personal strategy session with you on your business, what you're trying to do. I'll offer my counsel and advice on how you can play at a next level. Okay. If you buy those boot camps individually, you'll see that they're at $1,500 for people that are not a monster producer, all the way up to $5,000. So what we're doing is we're kind of including that in a bundle, and we're doing it with the offers that we made here today. And, you know, when you click on that Lake and Hibden put in there, basically what we're saying is that $1,497 includes the 2-day Monster Growth Boot Camp. Plus it includes the 1 year of Monster Producer that Jay's talking about. So you're getting a year's worth of coaching for $1,500 plus 2 days at my lodge.
Yep, we got to get out of here. Get out of here. It's 4:30. You got other meetings to do, and I appreciate you taking a little bit, sharing it with my sphere. Appreciate everything you do for me, and I'll see you in the room sometime soon.
Yeah, if you guys have questions, email me, coach@coachburt.com. If you want to take action but you're unclear about something, then coach@coachburt.com or eric@coachburt.com. On my team, I just tell people, man, I can't help you till you commit to something. I can't do for you what I've done for Jay Cash. My top real estate agent, by the way, was doing 48 deals a year when I started coaching. He came down to visit me today. He's doing 200 and something deals a year now. Okay, he was doing 48 deals a year when I started with him. He's trying to get to 500 deals now, guys. That's the expansion that we want to help you get to if you're serious about it. Okay, so we believe it's a small investment for a big payout. But I tell you, I can't help you till you commit to something. This is an easy way to get in, get coaching for a year, and there's no way you can't earn that money back, at least multiply it at a much higher frequency, especially if you're in this and you're an auctioneer. Okay, so eric@coachburt.com, coach@coachburt.com, or if you've seen enough to make a decision. Hey, we lose 10% of momentum, Jay, every day we don't act, man. There is a power in taking action. You get started today, we're going to have you up in the program. You're going to be in the private Facebook group. Boom. Well, I'm a person of speed, man, like a cheetah.
Good deal. Thank you so much, Coach. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, guys.